Today we're doing an oil change on my 2017 Volkswagen Alltrack. Some of the items we'll be using today. I use the MANN filters. The Alltrack takes the HU6002Z. These Alltracks have an interesting oil plug. I like Dorman products. They've been very good for me for many years. And the Alltrack takes the 090-090CD. And then in most all of my vehicles, I like to use the Castrol Edge. The Alltrack takes the 5W30. I'm going to get on the creeper. Look at those gorgeous footies. Unlike the regular Golf, this is a large plastic sort of a skid plate. Up front, on the driver's side, you've got these two 13mm bolts that come out. Passenger side, two 13mm bolts that come out. Passenger side, there are 4 of these T25s. Driver's side, there are 3. 1, 2, 3. I'll roll back further underneath the Alltrack, and there are 1, 2, and 3 13mm bolts. Those come out and we'll drop the skid plate, and then I can show you where the unique oil drain plug is. Removing the skid plate, never been a super easy thing to do for me. I always put the fasteners on the top of the ramp. Here's our drain plug. In the plastic oil pan is the plastic drain plug. Go back here so we don't get the splash. You give it a spin. It comes out like so. Viola. While the bottom is draining, we'll get everything on top prepped. Start by taking off the fancy little dress cover, like so. I like to, with much of my stuff, I like to give me a little reminder of the amount of oil that is necessary. The oil filter on these is right here up on top. Takes a 32mm socket. Doesn't take too much to wrench it off of there. You carefully pull it up and out. A little bit of oil drains downward. There's your old filter. Got our new MANN HU6002Z filter. Comes with a replacement O-ring that replaces this guy here. Get it back in that slot that it was in. There we go. We'll work it around. That kind of always seems to lubricate it. Take our replacement filter, get it in there. Work it back down in there. I like to go hand tight with the jobby here. Like so. Now we're going to go underneath and put the new oil plug in. So this is what the plug looks like outside of the deal. It's got a little positive lock thing on there. And we'll get it put back in here. Again, they do make fancy tools that fit in there specifically, but now hopefully you'll be able to see. You spin it in, and then it'll do a little click there. And take that cap off, and if you look down inside of here, it's got a big hole on the top, and then right away here there's this restriction. So to fill it with oil, throw it down there with a little end on. Blah. The Alltrack requires 6 quarts, 5W30. I'll dump in five quarts are in. Then a return, put the cap back on, our fancy cover like so. I started the car momentarily. Here's our skid plate. This is the front towards the radiator, and you see there's these 2 tabs. When you're putting it in, you can kind of slide those in place and start by putting the rear bolts in by hand and then moving to your sides and The last step, after you've brought the car down off the ramps and run it a little bit, is to give it a check. I like to pull the dipstick, give it a wipe. Enjoy a little cool. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found this informative. And